Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Virgo. So Virgo, as usual, I'm doing this reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. So Virgo, let's talk about your heart and how you might feel like your heart is very tight, almost as if it's been imprisoned or it's been restricted somehow, and it's making you feel small, not just in your heart space, but overall feeling unprepared, feeling inexperienced, feeling like very vulnerable to everything. And I want to say that wherever you are right now, you are in a place of integrity that is a fertile soil, but you need to water it. And I feel like at the very end, we get to this point where I feel like you understand that. And by watering, I mean accepting help, accepting that you don't have to do everything by yourself, that you don't have to resolve every issue in your life by yourself. It's like you have friends that are willing to help you, and it's almost like they can feel how tight you are. It's like having your hands tied because your heart is tight, right? It's like that tongue twist. So thinking or feeling that your hands cannot do much, that you're tied, but that's because of your heart. And so allow yourself to ask for help when you feel like you need it, which I feel like you've tried to stay where you are, to just continue being who you are, not stretching yourself too far, right? Because you're feeling small. Remember that. We're beginning with the Page of Cups. So this is where you're at this moment, Virgo. I feel like your heart is feeling small, and the consequence of that, or the effect of that, is that overall you're feeling small, right? It's like almost as if you are powerless, or if you are impotent, or if you are what is that word? Helpless. But that's just because it's like your self-esteem has been diminished, or has been not inflated enough, or because I'm seeing the hat of the page almost as if like a balloon that has no air, or has no nutrition, no emotion, or no inspiration. It lacks this it's like this breathing, right? It's almost like your heart is so tight that you feel like you don't have space to breathe, right? To bring new air to, fill up this balloon and fill up your self-esteem. But as I said, with the Five of Pentacles coming next, I feel like you have been in this position maybe for some time, and you have been faithful is the word that I'm receiving, committed, dedicated to your integrity, right? It's like, you know that this is your place. You're not understanding. Sorry about the noise. I hope it's not picking up too much in the microphone, hopefully, but we'll see. I'll just continue. So if you feel like your heart is tight, if you feel like you are powerless, like you are helpless, still you know that you are in the right place. This Five of Pentacles is not talking about you going somewhere. It's about where you are at the moment, and accepting, and this is very, very powerful, right? Even though you might be feeling very powerless, there is a lot of power and integrity in accepting that you're feeling small. And that is okay. It's like, it's not denying how you're feeling. You see what I mean? So accepting where you are is holding this integrity strong, right? It's like you're not losing your integrity, but you're feeling small. So these things, they're not against each other, right? And so here, wherever you are, I feel like wherever you look around yourself, or, wherever you go to feel like you can have some room to breathe, it's almost like the road is blocked. The Eight of Wands here is just talking about the obstacle, and I'm seeing like a very heavy, dense bush, like in front or around you, right? It's almost like everywhere you look around where you are at the moment, it feels like the frontiers, the boundaries are coming closer and closer and closer, right? It's almost like the walls are closing in on you. This is how I'm feeling this Eight of Wands. But it's interesting how the Eight of Wands is the fastest card in the Minor Arcana, right? It's supposed to be almost like this open road for you to receive and to send out messages, right? But it's almost like you, because you're feeling very vulnerable, because you're feeling very small or unprotected or just very, it's like very, very sensitive, right? Very, fragile, that's the word that I was looking for. Very fragile. Although you know that you are in the right place, it's almost like, yes, you might be feeling more and more restricted. Like the more these bushes come closer to you, the more it seems like everything is just coming towards you. So it's just squeezing your heart even tighter, right? It's actually meant to speed up your process. So it's kind of like the paradox of like the worst you feel, it's like the better it's going to be, the quicker you're going to come out of the situation in a sense, right? But it's like feeling the discomfort, it's not a bad thing. It's like the way that you were accepting how you were feeling small, right? And also accepting how, yes, you might feel like you wish things would move faster, and yet you feel like every door is closing, right? Or every option that you have to exit this place, which I don't feel like you want. That's the thing, Virgo. I feel like you don't want to exit this place, right? It's almost like you wish that you could move without moving. I don't know how to explain that, but it's almost like you wish that you had more freedom to breathe, but from this place, right? And so feeling the restriction is not a bad thing. Accepting the restriction is not a bad thing. It's almost like the more you acknowledge that these bushes are coming closer, the more that they are going to very quickly turn into something else, which I feel like it's almost like it's like this, how do I say this? The image that I'm being given is you being in like a clear spot in the middle of the woods. You know, it's a very dense forest. You don't know, it's like your way out. You know that you are exactly where you need to be, right? This is where you're holding your integrity. However, the more you think about wanting more room to breathe, it's like before you know it, and I feel like it is coming fast, it's like you're going to surrender to accepting help. Because you go from the Page of Cups to here, after the Eight of Wands, we have the Three of Cups. So this Three of Cups is talking about collaboration. It's wanting to be a little bit mixed with the Three of Pentacles. However, it's coming from the realm that you're feeling tightest, or the like the tightest spot, right, in your heart space. So it's coming from the same realm. So I feel like these are friends that are wanting to help you, to offer their help. It's like they are not, they don't have an agenda. They're not saying, oh, Virgo, let's do this. They're not taking you anywhere. They're not inviting you. They're not pushing you against the wall even more, right? It's like they are coming to help you. It's like they're coming from, you know, inside the bushes, but they're clearing the space. This is how I'm feeling. And so I want to say that the way that they're showing up, it's a very genuine offering, right? They want to help. It's like they see that perhaps you are struggling, but if you feel very fragile and yet you are very steady, or very, it's like you're holding things together, right? So on the outside, things might not feel like you are struggling, but because these ones, they feel your heart, they connect with you in a heart space. It's like they know how to identify when you're actually needing help, and perhaps you're not going to ask for help. And that's just because it's almost like you have this internal sensation that this is your duty, this is your role, this is your spot, this is your issue. You have to deal with it. And I feel like, yes, you are right. It's almost like you are taking responsibility. You are accountable for what is yours, right? And that's the reason why you're not losing the integrity. It is here. But if you feel like things are having the opposite effect, right, that you wanted. So if you wanted things to move fast, or if you wanted to have more room to breathe in a faster way than it's happening, right? So it's almost like the more you want this space to breathe, it's like the tighter you're going to feel, right? But these ones, they recognize that this is what you need, right? It's almost like they come with a perfect offering, and their offering is so aligned because they're not coming with an agenda, right? They're not coming with something prescripted or defined. It's like they're very open-hearted, right? And so what they're offering here is to help you carry the weight that perhaps for so long you have been carrying by yourself. So you see here how we have the Eight of Wands that was, all the forest very densely closing in on you. So all of the walls coming closer and closer. So everything like not working out, right? Feeling like there is this obstacle course in front of you. But with the Nine of Wands, even though the nines, to me, they represent the individual path. So this is what you have been trying, because you're holding your integrity, right? So it's like maybe you're holding your integrity so tightly, the same way that you're feeling like your heart is very tight, right? So, and that's the reason why perhaps your hands are tied as well, because it's almost like you can only hold this steady for so long. It's going to feel like at some point this is going to crumble in on you. It's like it's going to affect you. It's going to affect your energy, right? And so these ones, because they're coming here in between the 8 and the 9, it's like they're saying, can we help? There's something that we can do that, is going to be helpful. If you're feeling helpless, they're just offering help, right? It's like they're coming to offer exactly what you're feeling like you're lacking. But it's almost like if you have some sort of, I keep on hearing this word, pride. If you feel like it's hard for you to delegate, it's hard for you to ask for help, it's even, harder perhaps to have somebody offer their help, and maybe you're saying to them, I can take it, I can handle it because I've handled before. But it's like you're coming to a limit, I feel like, because it's almost like you, in staying here without accepting this help, it's almost like you're missing an opportunity to grow and expand, right? And this growth, this expansion is exactly what is going to allow you this room for breathing. So instead of insisting perhaps in saying that you are strong, right? It's like you are very integral. They're not questioning that. They're not saying if you accept this help, then, it's just attesting that you are weak, that you are fragile. That's the opposite. It's like you don't have to hold this alone. You don't have to prove your strength. You don't have to prove that you are, this integral being. It's like we already know, right? They already know your heart. They already know the truth of your heart. And they already know that your heart is tight, that you're feeling small because, in a sense, you're not allowing this help to help you expand. Okay? So what they're offering now that your heart is perhaps a little bit more open to their offering, to what they're saying, let me just help you, they are securing this free passage. So if the Nine of Wands was your attempt, or maybe your several attempts so far to hold steady, you know, avoid being completely ambushed or completely suffocated by this growing restriction, right? Here, with the Six of Pentacles, which is the give and take, which is the double way street, right? The relationship, the help, they are making sure that your effort is not a constant work or a constant draining of your force, draining of your energy. It's almost like you don't have to spend so much time, energy, resources, money to just tell the world, or even like tell yourself, prove to yourself that you are integral, right? It can be a more smooth path, right? So your journey doesn't have to be weighted or a struggle, right? It can be secured. It's almost like these wands, they know how to make you take this first step, take this leap, because you go from the 5 to the 6, but with their help. It's almost like if you stay here, it's like you know that you are in the right place, but you're meant to be on the move, right? And so it's like they're making sure that you have a free passage, a secure, solid, trustworthy passage, that you don't have to worry that things are, you know, suddenly going to crumble and fall in front of you, or again restrict you. So here we're ending with another 5, which is the 5 of Cups. And this is where I feel like it's you, it's interesting. I was going to say you raining down on your parade, because it is what I heard. It's not what I was going to say in the first part, but it is what I just heard. And I don't know exactly what that expression means, but I do have a sensation that if you're being encouraged to go from the 5 of Pentacles to the 6 of Pentacles with the help of your friends who are here offering, right, very genuinely, so you don't have to question their intentions, right? They are very trustworthy. So they are securing this trustworthy passage for you, right? But it's almost like you, before you leave, I want to say, it's almost like this is a gesture of honoring your place. It's like where you have been until now, right? So it's not exactly you postponing this help or this movement. It's more like you, because you have held on tightly to this position, because you have felt like this was the only way perhaps to protect your heart, right? Even though it was making you feel small from the inside out, right? So almost like this repercussion to, you know, your entire life, even to your relationships. But these ones, it's almost like you never felt disconnected from these ones, and it's reciprocal. They have never felt disconnected from you. So, and they can sense like the feeling of being vulnerable, the feeling of being small, the feeling of being fragile, right? That's the reason why they come in. They offer their help. So the moment that you see that the passage is indeed secure, it's like you say to them, before I go, before I leave this spot and follow you, or, you know, exchange this path. And by exchange, I mean like accept help, right? Because I don't feel like they're coming in asking for nothing in return. It's almost like in you going with them, that is, you know, the return that they are wanting, that they are desiring, that, you know, you accompany them, that you join, you know, the team, the friend group. But you're saying to them, yes, I feel like I can trust this. This is secure enough. I don't feel like I'm going to be overwhelmed or exhausted. It's like it is indeed a path that is going to allow you, or allow me, right? Saying as you, allow me to just refresh my energy, right? But before I go, I just want to pay a homage is what I'm hearing. And I don't frequently use that word, but it's like you want to leave some of your water, right? Because maybe you felt like your heart was so tight, so you didn't have enough to spare, right? It's like you couldn't afford losing any drops of water, or it's like maybe it's like not allowing yourself to cry, right? Not allowing yourself to immerse yourself in your own internal waters and navigate your own internal waters. So it's like you were yes, you were holding on to this, but at the same time, it's like the longer you were here holding this integrity very tightly, as your heart was very tight, it's like the more it was getting dry, right? Because you were not allowing yourself to waste any water, right? In your mind, it was a waste of water because you didn't have enough. So, but now that you're leaving and that you know that you have help and that you're receiving extra water, right? So they're coming with their emotions, they're coming with their integrity as well, but it's like their love for you, right? Their friendship. So they are coming in with extra fuel so that you can cry, or that you can honor, right? Pay your homage to this place, which I feel like it is a crucial part for you to not feel like this anymore. It's almost like honoring where you're at, right? Before you leave, before you continue, before you move, because you have been feeling restricted perhaps for a long time, and doing so with a lot of effort, with a lot of dedication, right? So water that place, this place that right now feels like there is no way out, but as soon as you accept help that is being offered in a very genuine way, it's like you're going to see that yes, you can cross this bridge, right? Sometimes I see the Six of Pentacles as a bridge. So you can cross that bridge. The bridge is in front of you, but before you leave, just go there and cry, or do whatever honoring ritual that you feel like you need, right? But water that place, that land, that spot. So Virgo, I am going to pull more cards for you to see where this wants to go next. And also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.